More than half of Belize's population lives in rural settings. Culturally vibrant towns, serene seaside villages, or verdant family farms. These 170,000 men, women, and children, mostly of Maya, Garifuna, Creole, Mestizo, and East Indian descent, play a vastly overlooked role in the diversified national economy. The base of the economy must, therefore, be broadened to provide a greater space for rural residents to participate more meaningfully in wealth creation in the national economy. The primary objective of Belize Rural Development Program is to promote this kind of economic expansion. The beneficiaries of the BRDP-2 project reflect on the benefits and challenges of rural life.
Village life is the best part of my life. When there is no light, when there is no traffic, no pollution, no anything. I believe you live in heaven that way.
But I love Lucky Strike. I love the peace of mind you have. I love the people there. I love the fresh air where they breathe. You there hours, you know, got nothing to do. You run go to pan, and you hit your line. If you even catch lamb, you scrape it and you fry it. And you eat it if you want. I don't care how big it big. Once you got head the fish.
Till when I meet my husband, you know where I tell her? Babe, I don't want to live that town. Can't live that village with me.
I grew up in Jacintoville, and I lived here in Cat Landing for 10 years. And to me, village life is better than living in a town. In the villages, I have a nice family setting. I have a yard where my children can go and play. And I like it here in the villages.
I live in this village all my life, and that's 40 years. And with village life, it's very nice. You can wake up in the morning and have no fear. Village life is very sweet, very, very sweet.
Originally, I was born in Belize City, right? My parents were Angela and Gregorio Heredia. But because of Hurricane Hattie, my dad had already bought the place out here. So because of Hurricane Hattie, we migrated out here. I migrated at the age of 16 years old. So I live out here from 1961, from Hurricane Hattie. And I got married at the age of 18 years old to one Alan Jones. And then I ended up with 6 kids. I had 7 kids, but one died. I made up my mind that this is it. Here we have to call home. So
we have like easily 5,000 people in Independence right now. When I came here, it was a village of like maybe 18, 20 people. When all the other companies moved out, the Belize Estate was the last one to go. We had, it was practically a town with the amount of people and turnover that was here. Hercules and the banana industry that started and collapsed, and then it started again, revived in 1971. And from then on to today, it's a urban business for Independence and all the surrounding villages. And the EU has been more than helpful in every aspect of where they can help in the banana industry.
Farming decreased because of the highway, education, everybody find themselves working from maybe a 8 to 5 job, and that's what they do to survive. So you go around Kukiji village, if you find 10 people raising chickens, it's a lot. And every household used to have the same. That's the difference with it now.
Community health worker. So I do my community health working job, and I live with a farmer because that's what we do for a living. We do farming, we do coconut oil, we do kuhun oil, we do a little of everything as a farmer.
Like right now we are doing the cashew. which is was in there for 6 months, because I think March we start to work on it. We're still working with the cashew, which is another income with the chicken. We collect the fruits, we sell the fruits, we sell the juice. The nuts we store them up for right now. We are doing the nuts. The fruit, we sell it just natural, or we stew it, we make jam, we make jelly. The cashew juice, we sell them. Everything.
You work for yourself, like which most of us, as you see, is involved in. We work for ourselves, so it's like, you come to work like 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours the most. You could go back home, and before and after in the morning, you could do breakfast for your family and go back home in the evening and stuff like that. It's very convenient. Although we have our highs and lower seasons, it's like your own boss.
Well, growing up on a farm, it's fun. You get to make a lot of noise if you're playing music. You have a big yard and stuff. And otherwise, living in the town, you have certain hours you can't make noise and stuff. There's no wildlife probably in the town. Back there we can do our farming. We can plant veggies, fruits. We can have them close by the house and stuff. And you're breathing fresh air at the farm and not polluted air, I'd say.
Raising the family is very hard, especially like this when I cancel and my picnics stay home and they need food for them lunch. And it's hard for me. When I reach, I have to work. When I reach, I have to wash everything. My picnic food, I have to make them food for my picnic. I want to make them have education. I don't want to make them go to the bush. I want to make them get education. Make them go and look for some job. I want to make them go wherever they go.
I grew up with my father here in San Antonio, in the jungle. He is a farmer and he do his own farming. He don't have no job, so that's why it's kind of hard for us or for him to send us to school. But he try his best, and that's how we get our education, from primary to secondary schools only. He encouraged me to do farming, so that's why I do farming right now, and I have my own cacao field. As a farmer, we also do our milpa. We do corn, rice, beans, and we also grow plantain, bananas, and other fruit trees. Yeah, like right now, it's a biodiversified field I have. Don't timber trees, wood, mahogany, cedars, coconut, and kind of citrus plants, oranges, tangerine. All them are right there.
Yeah, I moved, find a job in Belize City, then worked there for 9 years. Then I decided to come back at San Antonio again. The difference is that when you're there at Belize City, you have to buy things, like village is different. Village and city is totally different. Well, the village, you plant yours, you plant your own, you see what you're growing. The city, you can't do that.
Growing up in this village was rough times, good times, all sorts of things. For one, going to school, we never live on this side. We used to live over the river. If you can notice the river run in between, we spend like 20 odd years over that side. Then going to school, we got to wake up in the morning, use a dory, walk to school, and the road was just Picado Road, not road like this, just some little trails to go to school. And when we come back in the evening, my grandfather used to do farming, so we have to come home, go to plantation, plant some things for him, go back home, do your homework, drink your tea, and drink your tea before night. And you couldn't be out late at night because they don't want you to be out late at night. So when you're out late, your teachers will come outside and make them not know.
When I came here, there was no electricity, no running water, no TV. So It was like, you want to say a poor way of life, but a happier way of living. Because you had the huge sea in front of you, the people are friendly, everything is homegrown, all the stuff are people going to the farm. Now going from here to Chicago was a big shock. First of all, it's a huge city. You have to be on the go every single day. There's no relaxing. If you don't go to work, you don't make any money. One, it was cold, you freeze compared to, and the third thing was coming back and making something of Hopkins, and that's what we did. I came back home. A lot of people said, why are you going home? This is all good life in Chicago. Well, why would I want to stay there when this is home?
Peaceful. People are still stick to their traditional way of life. Fishing. Now it has basically diversified with the tourism industry. A lot of the people here are employed in the tourism industry, whether directly or indirectly, for the most part, directly. But life here is fairly smooth and people enjoy Hopkins. Leisure time, people still spend time playing their little dominoes, playing sports and things like that. So.
In the village, it is the best place to raise your children. Things happen, but it is a much more on a smaller scale than in the city. It is much more healthier in the village, you know, it is calmer and, like I said, healthier generally.
We want to drink bush tea. You don't have to drink it every day. But I mean, we know we're good for we. For instance, I diagnosed with cholesterol and triglycerides, but I have over 2 years I not gone back to the doctor. I'm not boasting, but we're happy. I do my home remedy. I drink my garlic, I drink my vinegar. You know you're not business to eat fatty food, you not eat fatty food. Why you don't fool yourself?
I like my village life because I don't hear no gunshot. I could sleep, I could lift my bath pan and my clothes on the line and sleep so good. That's the reason why I love my village life. And everything we get from the farm is fresh. Fresh to eat. Some morning I get up, I don't have to run go buy nothing. Everything, I chef up something because I like to cook.
Get up and you don't have anything to eat, you go and kill a few of your local chicken. And it's so organic because we try to be as organic as we could. Because in my garden I don't want to use any fertilizer. I use the chicken dung to chicken stool to do the fertilizing. We make our own pesticide because I use the cashew vinegar as a weed killer. So you know we do a lot of things that we use right here that we don't have to buy.
Why I love the farm is because of the freedom you have, you know? And the fresh fruits and milk and meat, and you know, the flavor is just different. When you go and buy stuff from the town, from the city, it's all stale and the flavor is far different from fresh products.
I think now things are changing in terms of the lifestyle where we had at one time, people used to spend time reading or involved in community activities. Now because of television and all of that, people spend more time basically at home as well. So there are internet cafes here. People as well have their own home internet, so people are in tune to the world as we speak.
We are finding out that we have roads, yes. People find employment. People afford to pay their bills because of the roads. So we have employment going on in the community. So the work that road there now, we'll see more people coming into this community. And we need to have more businesses because now I'm not making good business, but when that road is better than how it is, I think I will make more money before I die. I will sell more drums.